Assalamu alaikum everyone, how are you? I hope all of you are fine by the grace of Allah. I am Golam Mortuja and I am your ICT teacher from Mohammadpur branch. You know, suddenly the whole world have been affected by the epidemic COVID-19. For COVID-19, all the educational institute of our country has been closed from 18th March 2020. For this reason, all the students of our country has faced a great problem, but at this time, the information and communication technology has become a blessing to us. Okay? Under the direction of Milestone Authority, each form teacher separately opened a group for the student on WhatsApp, Facebook and Messenger. In this group, always our advisor sir, vice principal sir and the coordinators from the different branches are giving their valuable instruction for our students. In this group, each subject teacher is providing students with a different type of homework and regularly checking if the students are doing so. And online multimedia class tests are being arranged for the students of different classes. The WhatsApp group, we are providing you new video in our WhatsApp group. So today I will take your ICT class and let's start the class. Okay? Assalamu alaikum everyone. How are you? So, welcome to our online multimedia class. Today I will take your ICT class and chapter 1, which is based on the importance of information and communication technology. Lesson 7, Research. So, do you know what is the meaning of research? Let me explain it. What is the meaning of research? Research is defined as the creation of a new knowledge and or use the existing knowledge in a new and creative way so as to generate a new concepts or generate a new methodologies or generate a new understanding. This could include the synthesis and the analysis of the previous research to the extent that it leads to new creative outcomes. Okay, so do you understand what is the meaning of research? Okay, thank you guys. Our civilization is advancing due to a new inventions and researchers. Perhaps you have guessed that the information technology has not only brought about a change in the field of research but has also added a new dimension to it. Nowadays, no one can think of any research work in any field like literature field, the field of art, the field of mathematics, the field of medical, the field of technology and the field of agriculture, etc. without the computer and the information and communication technology. That means we cannot think about the research of any of the sector like literature, like technology, like agriculture, like mathematics without the information and communication technology. Okay, but do we know how the information and communication technology helps us in the research of the sector of literature, in the field of literature? Okay, so I will explain you how the information and communication technology helps us in the field of those sector, in the field of those research sector. Okay, number 1, literature, the sector of literature. Okay, in the past, if we wanted to research about any types of literature, we would need a different type of information, and we collected all this information from a library or from old book or from old article, and it was very difficult task for us. But nowadays we can collect all of the information very easily through the help of ICT device, because we can easily search any kinds of information on Google or any kinds of search engine what you need, and nowadays we can easily collect all of the information about the literature from Google or any other search engine. Okay, and it is also true for the sector of art. And next is the sector of mathematics. How the information and communication technology helps us in the research of the sector of mathematics field. The role of ICT in mathematics is important because in the past we needed a lot of time to do any kind of mathematical equation or any kind of mathematical solution or mathematical problem. But nowadays we can easily solve any kind of equation, that means any kind of mathematical equation or mathematical problem by the help of calculator or by the help of computer or by the help of other electronic device. Not only calculator or computer or the other electronic device, we can easily solve any kind of mathematics by the help of online. That means we can solve any kind of solution from the online. Okay, like Wolfram Alpha. Wolfram Alpha is a mathematical website. By the help of this website, we can solve any kind of mathematical problem solution, and we can also see the graphical figure of any kinds of equation. Okay, next topic is the sector of medical. The role of ICT in the medical sector is also important because in the past it took a lot of time to make any types of medicine, but nowadays due to the ICT device it is possible to create a new type of medicine in a very short time or in a few months. And previously it was not possible to experiment with the different type of disease, but nowadays any disease can be easily understood and treated due to the ICT device. Okay, and the next topic is the sector of technology. The role of ICT in the technological sector has grown because day by day new types of technological device has created by ICT. We use mobile, telephone, television, etc. to communicate with others, and it is possible due to ICT device. We use internet for getting any kind of information, to communicate others, solve any problem, search any kinds of news, and it is possible due to ICT device. We can complete many types of experiment by virtual laboratory by using many apps or website, and it is only possible due to the ICT device. Okay, in the agricultural sector, the role of ICT is important in the agricultural sector because new crops disease in agriculture are being tested through the ICT device, and the way to get rid of all those diseases are found out ICT device, and scientists are constantly trying to create a new plants, and that is possible through the ICT device. Okay, so the next part of our today's topic is the steps of research. The steps of research. Okay, the first point of the step of research is to collect the information. To collect the information is the main part of the research. That means if you want to research of any topics, then you need a lot of information, and after that you have to collect all of the information from the research. Okay, do you know, in the past if you wanted to research about any topic, then we would need to different type of information from the library, from the old book, from article. But nowadays we can easily collect of any kind of information very easily through the ICT device, because we can easily search any kind of information on Google or any search engine, and we can collect our information what we need. Then process the information. Process the information is also the another important step of the research, because after collecting the information we need to process the information. But in the previous, the researcher had to do all this work manually, but nowadays they can process everything by the computer or by the help of other electronic device. The third point is analyze the information. After collecting the information, then process, then analysis is the most important part of the research. That means you have to analyze the whole information. But it is also true for the analysis of the information. In the previous, the researcher had to do all these works manually in the past, but nowadays they can use the process everything by the help of ICT device. And the last point is the present the information. After collect the information, you have to process the information, then analyze the information, then we have to represent the whole information. That means we have to represent the whole information about the research as the mannerly way, and we have to do all of this by using ICT device. Nowadays we have no need to worry about the processing of the information, to collecting the information and analysis the information as like the past. And we have to only concentrate on the research work, because we use nowadays the ICT device for our research work. Okay, our next topic is the part of the research. Computer and the information technology play a vital and play important role in the science and the technology oriented research. This research work are divided into two parts. That means the research has two parts. Number one, theoretical parts. Number two, practical parts. In the theoretical parts, the research work, the researcher only concentrate only the theoretical aspects, and they do to really on the computer for their works. That means we can take the help from the ICT device for our theoretical research, theoretical part of the research. Okay, we have to match the information stored in the enormous database, the information bank, to be certain whether the research is on the right track. So we use the information technology. Okay, next part is the practical part. Practical research is done in the laboratory, where the machineries are used for the experiment. Scientists use the computers to innovate, run, and the use of the machines. Computer is always used to process the data collected through the help of machines. The size of computer is smaller than the image of the computer that instantly come to our mind. Small microcontroller, small FPGA, that means field programmable gate array, and the microcontroller. That means these are look like a small computer. That means the microcontroller or FPGA are the small computer, and by using the FPGA or microcontroller, by installing this device into the machine, those can be made automatic, and the entire research is made easier than the previous. That means if we use the FPGA or microcontroller in our in many kinds of machine, then we can easily make our research more than easier than the previous. Okay, and as the network can be used in the practical research, the scientists and need not physically in the laboratory. They can control the whole process of the research remotely. This process is a part of virtual laboratory, which can be used for the practical research and the experiment, similar to the real laboratory. Okay, so virtual laboratory. Okay, let me explain about the virtual laboratory. A website or software for interactive learning based on simulation of the real phenomenon. It allows the student to explore a topic by comparing and constructing the different scenarios, to pause and the restart the application for reflection and note taking, to get the practical experimentation experience over the internet. And in the virtual laboratory, it has the facilities that it on the virtual space to be accessed through the internet. And also in the virtual laboratory, and the experiment is set up in the remote laboratory for user to access through the internet at any time and any place. Comparing with the traditional laboratory, virtual laboratory is particularly useful when some experiment involves the equipment that may cause the harmful effects to the human being. Another meaning is the virtual laboratory is to implement the laboratory by means of software or simulation. Okay, to understand what is the meaning of virtual laboratory and how the virtual laboratory helps us in our experiment, of any kind of science experiment. Okay, now the virtual science lab are the way of the future as more and more technology is brought into the classroom. They can be incredibly supportive of the current technique methodology if combined with the proper preparation and the structure. To get the educators started, I have compiled a list of apps and the resource that allow the student to conduct the science experiment and investigation virtually. Okay, I will show you some name of the apps or some name of the website of the virtual laboratory. Okay, number 1, Prep Magic. Prep Magic provides the student with the science simulation that promote the learning. That means this website will provide the student the many kinds of science simulation that will promote the learning for our student. Number 2, the Mystery Science will throw out the science curriculum and the experiment. That means in this website there are lots of science curriculum and the experiment, and if you want then you can take the help of Mystery Science, our dear student. Number 3, the Science Buddies. Science Buddies provides help for the students conducting the science experiment. That means these sites will help you to conducting the many kinds of science experiment. If you want then you can help from the Science Buddies website. Okay, number 4, Exploratorium. Exploratorium, a comprehensive resource for the student looking for help with the science project and the experiments. That means in this website there is a lots of science project and experiment. If you want then you can help from the sites and you can make your project, you can make your science own projects and the experiment. Okay, number 5 is Codecademy. Codecademy, the site contains a large cache of science simulation. That means the site there is a lot of science simulation project. Okay, if you want then you can help this website. Number 6, Frog Dissection. Frog Dissection is the most interesting apps because in the frog dissection apps we can now frog dissection can be frog dissection. This app is very interesting for us because frog dissection can now be done virtually. That means by using this app you can dissection the frog in virtually. Featuring the step-by-step instruction, there is plenty of the depth information on each of the frog organs, including the anatomical comparison to the human organ. That means you can see the frog organs in these apps, and you can also compare with the human organ to the frog organ from this website or from this apps. Number 7, Stephen Hawking's Snapshot of the Universe. This app includes the 10 interactive experiments. That means in this website there are 10 interactive experiments and the video segment to help the student study our universe. That means if you want to study about our universe, about our planets, about the other planets, then you can visit this website, and after that you can learn many of things about our universe. Okay. Number 8, iCell app. iCell app is another interesting app because starting the cell become easier with the 3D cell app. Student can view the cell structure and dynamic for plants, animal and the bacteria. That means from these apps you can see the 3D view of the plant cell, of the animal cell or the bacteria cell. Okay, number 9, EdHeads. EdHeads are the inspiring the simulation delivered the superb science content. Number 10, Little Farmer helps a student learn the life cycle of the plants by allowing them to grow their own plants. Okay, you can visit or you can download many of the apps from here and you can make your experiment from these apps. Okay, so my dear student, now I will show you a virtual chemistry lab. Okay, do you know in our chemistry lab we need some instrument, okay, like pinch clamp, beaker, then test tube brush, funnel support, wash bottle, ring stand, litmus paper, test tube, wire gauge and etc. But Yeah, all of this thing you can get in your virtual lab with free of cost. Okay, and some of them element, compound, any of this thing you can easily get in your virtual lab, and you can use all of this thing in your virtual lab, and you can do any kinds of experiment in your virtual lab with free of cost. Okay, here you can see that here by following this process we can easily do any kinds of experiment. We can complete any kinds of experiment. Here you can see that many organic compound are here many salts are here, and there are some metals, and there are some reactions chemical, and some calorimetries. Okay, here you can see that there are nickel, plumbum, platinum, and many kinds of metal you can easily get. You will easily get any kinds of metal in your virtual lab with free of cost. Okay, here you can see that there are many kinds of metal: calcium, magnesium, manganese, sodium, lithium, etc. Okay, then by using this kind of metal, salts, and the organic compound, and you can complete your reaction. If your experiment will go wrong, then the explosion will happen, but no need to worry about that, because you will not harm physically, because that is the virtual lab. Okay, and by using these kinds of chemistry lab you can easily complete any kinds of experiment. My dear student, now I will show you a biology virtual lab. Okay, and here you can see that this is the site of virtual laboratory of biology. Okay, and in this site an instructor will help you to complete your experiment. Here you can see that she will help you to complete your fog dissection experiment, and he will show you the full step how will you complete your fog dissection experiment. Okay, after complete your experiment you can easily compare the organ of frog with the human organ. Okay, so you can use this site and you can easily complete your any kinds of biological experiment. So you may use these sites. So there is a SW for you. Number 1 question: how can we use ICT in the various research field? Okay, please complete this SW and submit to your class teacher. Okay, thank you for watching this video, student. I hope